How's it going, everybody? So, I have been wanting to make figure reviews for a while. I follow a few different reviewers for figures and, nothing ill against them or anything, but I don't know. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. I have been collecting a lot of Storm collectibles, and ever since this pandemic, I feel like a lot of people have been buying figures, and I don't know. I just want to put in my 2 cents too and just kind of, throw my ring in the hat or some expression that I don't really care to explain. Whatever. But so I want to start with Storm Collectibles. I haven't really seen reviews on this guy. He's probably, I'm looking at my Storm Collectibles right now. I guess he's like the newest one I have. At the time of recording, I am waiting on Motaro, which I don't believe the regular non-bloody version is out. And I'm waiting on my damn Jin Kazama that Storm Collectibles refuses to update us on. Love you guys, but if you're gonna delay a release, can you update people on that? I pre-ordered that in August of 2020, with the original release date being December. It's February of 2021. Where is he? When's he coming? Judging by some websites, I think he's coming next month. Don't know. Storm is not. I Storm just released the teaser footage for a King from Tekken figure on the way. I commented on Hong Kong's Storm's Twitter, America's Storm's Twitter. Cool. Where's Jin? No one responds. They will talk about new figures or they'll tease upcoming ones, but they will not update the fans on delays. Where's the default color of E Honda? Where's the non-bloody Motaro? That's just a little great. I love Storm Collectibles. And I love, I've gotten a lot of retweets and stuff like that about my collection. That's great. But if you're going to release a new figure and it gets delayed, please be communicative about that. So Storm Collectibles is a great company. I'm going to talk about these figures, but that's my biggest complaint. So on to my review. Now, first off, I'm going to show him in the pose I have him in. So I'll just kind of like spin him around. This is the SDCC 2020 exclusive Kazuya Mishima. And kind of just like, he's not going to stand, but I have him as in like, this is how he stands. As in he's like getting ready to punch. His lightning is charging. He's going to do one of my favorite moves that he does, that section like, just they go, ugh. I like that move. I don't know the name of it, but when he does like the hook to the midsection, that's kind of how I have him posed here. So the right off the bat, what this is different from the regular version of Kazuya, is hopefully the camera. There we go. Well, it got in focus, then got out of focus. But you could see he has his third demon eye. If I can just block my face, get it in focus. Get it in focus. Focus. Well, anyway, whatever. You can somewhat see it. Gets in and out of focus. He has his demon eye. Now, I love Tekken. I'm not going to claim to know everything about Tekken and its characters, but I played them all and I love them. And does this version of Kazuya exist? I'm not sure. I wanted the Kazuya figure. I thought this looked cool. You have Kazuya and then you have Demon Kazuya. Does this interesting mid, like half demon, like he has his eye? I don't know. Either way, it's cool. I mean, so with this, you could see they got his eyes right. God, the focus on this sucks. So his left eye is red, his right eye is not. Now, I had the original version of Kazuya, and it didn't seem like it had that. It had the eyes, but it didn't seem like they were as, I don't know. This seems like it's redder. It seemed like, well, the other ones, it was very, very subtly red. So I appreciate the fact that, they got that Kazuya right. The other main difference is, if you can take a look at his glove inside and just look at his clothes, there's a little like blood smears right there especially. Those are not poop stains. Those are dirt slash blood. They kind of look bloody, kind of look dirty. Yeah. Um, so that is mainly he's dirty and he has an eye, but also the main difference, which I have the box. I like to maintain the Storm Collectibles boxes and whatever. I will show it, but I took a picture of how I originally set him up, and one of the main reasons why he got this is because he comes with this laser beam, from his third eye to shoot out, which Demon Kazuya does, but regular Kazuya does not. But whatever. And also, in like the display for this figure, if you go on bluefinbrands.com to get him, or Sure Thing Toys, or whatever site sells them. I don't know if Big Bad Toy Store sells them or not, but they show him like, he's on a stand, he's looking down, the laser beam shooting out. And that's why I wanted to get him. Now, I love Storm, and I know they give surveys out to be like, what do you want our figures to do? What do you want more from our figures? I feel like I haven't communicated with them before when I took the surveys, but here's the thing. Maybe I'm in the minority here. That's kind of like I like to provide an opinion I see a little bit less of compared to what I see on the internet. I don't know. I've always seemed like I can provide opinions that not a lot of people think about, and then when I say something or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense or whatever. But that tends to be more for video games. I don't know about figures, but let me know. Do you agree with this or not? I want less like special effects or special move attacks or, whatever. More heads, more hands. That's cool. I want less of the big, gigantic effects. And you know what I would like from Storm? Stands. Can you make great stands? Can you provide the stands? Now, granted, you can get some like cheap ones off Amazon, which I have. But, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, this figure he's one of the ones that if you're going to provide a special effect where your figure needs a stand, provide the stand. So here's the picture I took. I tried to mimic what the promotional pictures have done. So that's what I took. I tried to recreate, the final battle scene in Tekken 7. So I grabbed one of those cheap stands. I only have like 3 or 4 Storm collectible stands. So yeah, I have both Akuma and Kazuya on the stands, and I have the laser beam trying to, going down to get Akuma. This was very difficult to set up. This was very, very difficult to get that picture. The laser beam connecting into the other like ground effect, and then just trying to have it so it's able to stand on Kazuya's head, because there's nothing to like connect the laser beam to the eye. The eye is a solid, just round jewel looking thing. So to get it perfect was a pain in the ass, and I got it, but it was a pain in the ass. And also too, if I have Kazuya like looking down and a laser beam is coming down, shouldn't he have wings? Shouldn't somewhat demon Kazuya? There should, I don't know. I feel like there's only been 2 Tekken characters so far. We're waiting on Jin, but we already know what Jin's coming with, and we got teased with King. I will probably buy all the Tekken Storm collectibles. I'm not gonna lie. I love the fact that Storm is making fighting game characters. And if you make Tekken, gonna buy it. Make Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, gonna buy it. I know I have a couple of SNK. I have Heihachi, I have Kazuya. I have a whole bunch of Mortal Kombat and quite a few Street Fighter, and then I got Kate, Cole, and Marcus of Gears. I love Storm. I love the market they're trying to reach out to. So there aren't a lot of Tekken figures. And the ones that existed for Tekken 3, go look them up. They are not great. Uh, Actually, let me get the one I have. So, I have Forest Law. I found him at my local comic book store. This is a Tekken 3. Just to make sure, like, I know it's Bruce Lee. I know. Tekken 3. Oh, that's Dusty. But he comes with a whole bunch of nunchucks and other stuff. But I can move the arms. Eh, basic, cool. I got him because, like, I saw him. He was on, like, the bargain bin. And, yeah, they don't look great. Storm obviously better, but I feel like their Tekken figures, there's just something that's a little basic about them. I feel like there could be more with Heihachi and Kazuya. I don't know what exactly, but when I compare them to their Mortal Kombat or their Street Fighter, there's just something a little more exciting to that. And for, SNK, I have Iori and Terry, and they're great figures. And I don't know, there's just something a little more exciting about the other brands. Well, there's something just basic about these. Now, great character, great reach, you can do a lot. I'm gonna ruin my pose for the sake of the video, but oh well. I personally have this lightning effect. I like it to wrap it around, so I kind of have it like that. But in the promotional thing, it's so he can just kind of like do his uppercut thing with it. Oh, he looks like he has a bit of a tummy there. But so yeah, and it's one of those, upper bodies is rubber. This is hard plastic. If you bend them too high up, you're going to see a bit of that gap. And very flexible. Kind of has that shoulder thing that Storm does that I'm not the biggest fan of, but you pose them in the right way, you can make it look like a body. How a body looks. So, right there kind of looks more like, shoulders and arms being connected, while bring it down and you see a bit of a gap. Storm has a tendency to do that, but it's very forgivable. Storm collectibles are very heavy, they're very posable. Like that position that I originally had him in, I don't have a stand. He just is able to get like that. I'm able to get his feet to be curled up or whatever. So that whole preparing to do the hook mid punch, you can get him to be like that. That's one of the things I love about Storm is, you actually don't need a stand, but it helps. Like I have Akuma in his, like Shungoku Setsu thing. Obviously, I can't. I don't know. Maybe I could get him to stand up like that. There's just certain characters where they need a stand, and I want more of that. Especially if you're gonna add big effects, add a stand. I think that's the standard. They should add something more to that rather than just focusing on the effects. I don't know, but with the Tekken characters, they're a little basic, greatly done, but I guess that, you know what? That could just be Tekken characters. It's cool that we're getting the Jin, but the only effect I think he's getting is like a big wave that you hook on his hand. And I don't know. I feel like maybe adding some clothing accessories or adding some different kinds of accessories rather than just effects. Because for me personally, I just like having them posed on my shelf. Whoop, my mic, sorry. And my collection's only growing. Eventually, I might get to a point where I'm going to go broke and I'm going to sell these bad boys. But, if they have weapons or if they have, some like bodily effects like I have with Kazuya where I have it on his body, or like my Storm Smoke where you put smoke on his arms and his legs, something that adds to the simple pose, because I need space on my shelf for the other ones, and I'd rather have a collection of a whole bunch of my figures like looking out of the shelf rather than like a couple of figures on the shelf and they're doing like big effects or something like that. That's me personally. I've seen some crazy setups online where people have like their characters fighting each other, and to each their own. But I guess for the most part, Storm does a good balance of creating a need for the many. So if you're gonna do like special effects fighting characters each other, I guess they provide that, and Storm has that. As I showed, that one picture of my Kazuya with his fighting Akuma, he has that. But I don't have that. I just took that because I wanted to take that picture and I wanted Kazuya fighting Akuma. But other than that, I have them on my shelf to the left, where they're all kind of like looking out from the shelf. And I want is my Street Fighter together, my Mortal Kombat together, my SNK together, my Tekken together. And I don't need big effects. I want just my figures looking good. I want them to be articulated so they can, get them in poses that I want them to be in. And Storm does a great job where they make their characters heavy so you can pose them in a way where they'll stand on their own. But sometimes they don't and they need a stand. Or if you, like Cammy from Street Fighter, don't know what the hell they were thinking providing all those cool big effects, but no stand. You have to buy a stand for Cammy in order to do her effects. So here is the box. 2020 event, exclusive, limited edition. Didn't say SDCC, but that'd be on me. So Prime 2, their exclusive ones, they don't really show their effects. They kind of keep it the same. See, like, that's what I love, like, you have this cool looking thing, like, I don't know, maybe like a jacket. I would have loved, what I wanted Kazuya's accessories to be? His purple suit. Can I put a purple suit on? The only variants of Kazuya are this, and then the original, and then there's an even ultra rare, like his red pants, his alternate color. And, yeah, so let me real quick take it out. So this is his exclusive to this variant. It's a little bent because I had to. It's very, as I said, aggravating. So this you put on the ground, and then you put this in here. Now, like I said, it's a tricky part, right? Like, that doesn't add up. So you try to add it there, and it's like crooked. So basically that. Just try to get it as picture perfect as you can. It's difficult. Have Kazuya on a stand, looking down, shooting the laser on the ground. I get it. Like, Kazuya can turn into a demon and shoot a laser out of his middle eye. I personally, rather than this variant, rather than the final battle variant of Kazuya, which, by the way, there's no final battle variant of Heihachi. It's an interesting variant. Like I said, if you're not going to make like his suit an accessory, all right, make that the variant. I think a lot of Tekken and Kazuya fans would agree. Like, sure, Kazuya is known for this costume ever since Tekken 4, and even kind of sort of the same thing in the Tekken 1 and 2 prior. But I mean, I don't know. Is it kind of a meme to say like he's kind of also known for his purple suit? There's just something about that purple suit that is Kazuya. And so I think that would have been a better variant, but I like it. It's a good figure, just not the variant I would have chosen. Hands are falling. So it comes with a few different hands. I'll just kind of... Actually, I'll keep it in there. You can see it. So, yeah. A few different hands and 3 total faces. Putting it up like that because I don't want them to fall. Kind of have a smirk. Kind of have a angry Kazuya. And, cocky, I know I could beat your ass smirk. Which, he had that. And, I gotta say, overall, compared to the original Kazuya, there's something better with these faces. Because when I had the original Kazuya, I was kind of disappointed. Actually, when I look at it, I feel like the original Kazuya, his red eye was just not, it kind of looked black. It kind of looked like his other eye. It was kind of subtle. And it kind of felt like his smirking was like cross-eyed. Well, this is better. I just feel like maybe they took this chance to kind of redo their original Kazuya and provide better facing. Facing? That's a word. Sure. Yeah. And I think they did a better job with this Kazuya. It's just kind of unnecessary. But overall, again, I'm just happy we're getting good quality Tekken figures. And I just wish the communication on ones we are expecting would be better. But gotta deal with what we gotta deal with. I don't work for Storm. I don't know anyone who does. So that is what it is. Overall, if I'm going to give my figure reviews a rating, I want to give Kazuya here. Final Battle Kazuya. An 8. I'll give him an 8. Great figure, kind of basic, an unnecessary variant, and an unnecessary hard to get right for picture laser beam thing. But, if you just want like a battle torn, like he's been through some stuff, Kazuya, he's the best. And if you're lucky enough to get like, the other variants, if you don't want dirty Kazuya, I'm sure you can go on Mercari or eBay. I don't think you can get them on Big Bad Toy Store or any other like legit toy selling thing. But I love Tekken figures. I will collect them all. I'm not a big King fan. I loved his sidekick, hit the stepping sidekick he did. So I think that's reason enough for me to, I will buy any Tekken Storm. So just please, please, Storm Collectibles. It's okay. Like, we're not gonna hate you if you're gonna delay a figure. Just talk about it. I don't know. I feel like it's a little harsh to not talk about it. So 8 out of 10 for the battle. What's it called? Does it say the name? No, it just says 2020 exclusive limited event. Get them if you can. If you're a Tekken fan, get them. Storm Collectibles is the best. The series is in great hands. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.